don't know if anyone out there even knows who. I think her name is Goldfrapp. I think that's the name of her. I think she's English, and she there's a song that she put out like 10 years ago, whatever. That was beautiful. I forgot the name of the song, but it's gorgeous, and it's got acoustic, and it's so haunting. It's so beautiful. Um, and when I found out what the meaning was, she's talking about someone having a boob job, and
Now
it's like,
that I'm all for.
but the song when you listen to it, you think it's this like love song, something really deeply sort of deep meaning. No, you know. So
More
I'm
like a
like,
deep incision.
so now, yeah.
Okay.
Do I let that ruin? No, I still go back and I listen to and the sound and her voice and everything else. So
That's a hell of a comparison to a song about killing somebody in the bathtub. Hey, welcome back to Into the Music. I'm here with Greg. My name is Chris. And Greg, what you got for me to listen to?
got another coffee request, a Kofi request, however you want to say it. Same thing.
We'll figure that out one of these days.
And Joey brought us another one, and
Okay.
Joey's had a couple of Deftone recommendations, requests for us, and this is another one.
Okay.
Deftones, the song is Digital Bath.
Deftones. Have I heard of them before? Digital bath. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that means you're just washing your fingers.
Oh yeah, that could be it. I was thinking something else, but yeah. You know what? Go check it out.
Okay.
And tell me what you think the song's about and how you like it.
I will do just that.
All right, look, I see you back.
Hmm.
So this band has been a hit and miss band for us. I think the
Uh-huh.
last one we just did, Minerva, it hit really well with both of us.
Yes, it did.
So what do you think about this one?
Well, in your reference to Minerva, I was thinking about that while I was listening to this, where there aren't that many change ups in this song, just like what we were saying with Minerva. It was, there were changes. There's a chorus and a verse, right?
Yeah.
But not like some of the other stuff we've heard of theirs. So this
Yeah.
is fairly, I mean, it got intense in the chorus. I guess it was the chorus. I don't know. I'd have to listen to it again. But uh, relative to their older stuff, it was fairly uniform throughout. And uh, I, I like the song. I wouldn't say I'm crazy about it. I don't know what the lyric, this video had the lyrics on it. I don't know what those lyrics have to do with the title of
Yeah.
Digital Path. You probably know about that because you did the research on it. Also, like with the song Minerva, I did like the saturated guitars. I like that heavy sound, this particular heavy sound with the guitars. And, musicianship, of course, was good. And as far as the vocals go, they didn't do any like voice filters that were unpleasant to me, let's say.
Right.
So
Right.
um,
Not a lot of change
I
ups to the vocals,
right.
right?
I know
Yeah.
it's like my comments right now are saying, well, um, they didn't do this bad thing, they didn't do that bad thing, instead of praising it. It is a good song. I wouldn't say it was tops from what I've heard of theirs.
So I've listened to it a
No.
few times. Yeah, I've listened to it a few times
Okay,
now. I
I'll
mean,
leave you
I
the
had a
first part,
luxury,
of
right?
course.
I know you only had the
Yeah.
one.
Maybe it'll
Um,
grow on me. I don't know.
I wanted to listen to it a second time and then a third
Uh-huh.
time. Uh, this actually, I think this is, in fact, I know that this is my favorite one of this.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you
That's good.
know, Minerva was such a different sort of different change in wind direction, or whatever, like from this band, in the songs that we've been listening to, and
It was
you
more
know, it was
positive.
absolutely
The subject matter was.
if I remember correctly, right, we were talking about, it was more melodic. There was a lighter, well, there was a heavy sound, because I actually likened it to the My Bloody Valentine sound, but there was just, but I love that stuff, there was a flow to the rhythm.
Mhm.
There were less change ups to that too, and it was just more of just a better listen. I think we both
Mhm.
could agree. I think you like that song. That might have been your favorite one so far. That one
Yeah,
I
yeah. Even
liked.
compared to this, yeah,
I
yeah.
liked. I think you liked it better than me. This one I really like. There is a talk about flow. Again, just a real flow to the guitar, just the overall rhythm. Chino Marino's voice is, I think, his best on all the songs that we've listened to thus far.
Mhm.
It's this one just resonates with me, just clicks with me. Um, it's it's probably as it's not popish, but is and not that I have to gravitate to
It's
pop.
more
I mean,
towards pop than the other stuff we've
it's
heard,
more, and
except for Minerva.
I'm a sucker for some of, like, catchy rock pop songs, with some,
Sure, sure.
I just am, and
It's funny. I am too, and I was thinking about that actually earlier today. Um, I sometimes um, I sometimes will say something a little derogatory about a song because it sounds popish.
yeah,
Meanwhile, I might praise another song because it sounds popish. Just as if it's in the line with my taste or not.
I'm
So that's I don't know if we can say something's popish to mean either good or bad.
I'm glad you
And
said that,
it depends
because
on the type of popish also.
you're
Sometimes it's so kitschy that it's horrible. But where we start to call something kitschy as opposed to just uplifting or whatever is, again, it's subjective. In
no.
fact, it's so subjective we should just stop doing this channel. I mean, look, think what you want. Think what you want. Don't listen to us. Just enjoy the music you like.
But
Don't analyze it too much.
I think it's the kitschy part. I think actually you're onto something there. I think that when um because you sometimes I see you as a very complex person when it comes to songs that have real a melodic flow to them, and that if something is it has to ride a fine line between being catchy and then not too kitschy and stuff like that. And
Catchy and
too like
kitschy. Somewhere between catchy and kitschy.
catchy kitschy. And it does like because something that I'm like, oh, he's gonna like, and then it just goes over that line of, and those are the ones where you're like, I like, but overall, here's what bothered me. And
Well, though something though, it's also it's really hard to give a true opinion about your true opinion about something, hearing it just the one time. All you can do is give your opinion on that one, on how it first impacted you,
right.
and you miss a lot. You miss a lot of things.
Well, like there was that
Even know
Charlatan
what,
song.
even not knowing what the intention of the
Right.
artist was. Sometimes you find out later on and say, "Wow, I wasn't that impressed with it in the beginning, but now since I found out that their intentions was to do this or that, wow, it's pretty successful based on their intentions."
I was thinking about the Charlatans. That first song from 1990 you loved, and then that second one,
Which
um,
one? Um,
uh, um, the
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 only one I
the only
know.
one I know, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That one you liked a
Catchy as
lot.
hell.
Then there was another one that someone had sort of steered us in the direction of, hey, check this one out. This came out like in 1994 or whatever.
Right.
And I forgot the name of the song. Is it All I Want to Be? I don't know. But I love that song. I love the whole. There was like this sort of catchy sort of guitar riff, and I remember that I was like, "Oh, he's gonna love this too," and you didn't. You didn't hate it, but you didn't love it. So and I totally respect that. But that's just an example, and that's what makes actually some of these reactions that we do very interesting and very challenging, but like very challenging and very interesting. Because there's no written rule saying that we have to like the same stuff, like
Mhm.
everything that comes our
That'd
way.
be pretty boring if we did.
And we're trying to be honest, not controversial, like bucking up just because, hey, let's make it a good show. So that said, with this one, doesn't seem like you're saying you don't like it, but I think it sounds like you're kind of like you're on the fence, like
Yeah, like
you
like
noticed
like
that you
with a
noticed that. Yeah.
like with a lot of Deftones songs.
Yeah, exactly. This one just got me, man. I just like I
That's
said,
good. That's
three
good. So,
listens in, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna add this to a playlist. My first Deftones
ah,
song added to a playlist. I think Minerva, you said you were thinking about adding that one.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I love the piano. We kind of joked a little bit about the keyboardist, right? He's also the turntablist, and we were like
Yes,
making sort of
right,
like
right.
some jokes, I guess, like like where's that keyboard sound? Where's the Well, I'll tell you, man, the piano and the keys, it was definitely prominent in this song. Piano was really, I was hearing the keys, um, and I love the drums and the synth sound. The drums like taken. I love that actually at the beginning of the song. I really love that. And Actually, if I was doing a reacting, I probably would have pulled back. I know you do that sometimes, like, oh, that's catchy. I actually had to pull that back right in the after like maybe 10 seconds and go back. So this song just got me right from the beginning. And yeah. So, and like I said, I thought Marino's voice was like his best. And even when he ramped it up a couple of times, he still seemed like he was on point, like in control. That was really interesting. So the song seems very uplifting and upbeat. Um, I remember Joey in one of his comments to us internally was like, or maybe it was even one of the, I think it might have been actually in one of the threads, the ones that we just dropped. And he was like, hope you like Digital Bath, but don't look at the meaning, or don't read into, or don't look into what the song's about. So um, it's so from Wiki, the song features a high vocal
Wait, you weren't
pitch.
supposed to look into it. He meant before the reaction, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, like he was saying, like
Okay.
if we look into it, it may sort of ruin our
Yeah.
sort of thought about the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
The song features a high vocal pitch from Chino Marino, virtually unheard of in other Deftones material. So it's interesting that Wiki talks about Marino's voice here. Marino stated that despite the prettiness, in quotes, of the song, it's actually about, in quotes, electrocuting a girl in the bathtub, end quote. So we'll just leave that one at that. I mean, I don't, I know, like, I just don't know why those lyrics have to be like they are. For some of these songs, man, I had the luxury of like listening to it 3 times. But did you hear a part in the song where like there was like a
I don't
sort of a,
recall.
as a,
No.
yeah. The first listen, I was like, what the hell is that? And then after looking into the song's about, I'm like, I think that probably is the electrocution sound of like the electricity, in the water, doing its thing. I mean, that's just my thought. Um, yeah, that's kind of all I have about this song. It definitely it took several tries and some like where I kind of like the thumbs up overall with a few, but this one, hands down, my favorite. So, but man, cool. Yeah. So you want to take us out?
So you said it's your favorite, right? Now you
Yeah.
said it was. You made that determination when you heard it
Oh yeah,
the
not
first time. However,
yeah.
after you learned what it's about, when you hear it from now on, what are you going to think about?
Just
You
gonna
know,
get
does that color now
no man.
how
I
you
mean,
feel about the song? You still, yeah, yeah. If it made you feel good, right?
yeah.
Satisfied something in you when you first heard it. After knowing what it's about, isn't that going to change that? I'm just curious. Maybe it won't, but
No,
no.
I mean, no, I mean, I can separate the lyrics. I would just say he probably erred in like, putting those lyrics to that song.
But
And
I'm
so
saying, how can you listen to it without thinking about that?
I'm just not going to treat it as like real, because to me, what's really real.
So it's not going to go through your head at all that this is about electrocuting somebody.
No, because when you look at the lyrics, it's not really clear. It's not,
But you already know it. You
yeah,
already
what,
know this.
but
So
that's what
when
he's
every time
saying.
you hear it, that'll go through your head.
Dude, you know how many songs, how many bands and songs that we love and like that when you look at the meaning, like drug use or this or that, or like, I mean, you know, uh, we're not in Boy Scouts, whatever land here. I mean, the stuff that we're listening to is like a lot of it is
I'm
dirty
just
and grungy and like kind of like whoa and unforgiving and all like that. And you make that decision based on sound and based on, whatever. So no, I could definitely make that distinction and just, listen to, I mean, am I going to gravitate to this probably? Well, no, I mean, probably not, like, I'm going to get my fix on, digital bath. But I think that this comes up like, if my sons had this on whatever, I'm probably going to groove to it. And I'm just going to be like, you know what? Because here's the thing, I have a big picture sort of question problem about uh, the lyrics to almost all these songs for Deftones. I just wonder why they're so dark and so violent and so over the top. I mean, they're like that in so many songs, and just but then we always talk about how interesting the music is. Like it's really interesting. The musicianship is like in some songs off the charts. They're just so good. Like they know how to change things up. The guitar sounds, the tones, they're just very interesting musically. And yeah, and sometimes I'm just in for a real good sound, it's a good groove. And this one would definitely do that trick. And that, yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna put the lyrics to the side, the meaning and stuff like that, and just say, you know what? He wasn't thinking straight when he wrote the
oh,
song. He
that's how
put
you're
the
gonna that's how
lyrics,
you're gonna say.
he should have just made an instrumental and that's
Yeah.
it.
Or you're gonna say, he didn't know what he's talking about. It was actually an uplifting song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? There's I don't know if anyone out there even knows who. I think her name is Goldfrapp. I think that's the name of her. She's I think she's English, and she there's a song that she put out like 10 years ago, whatever, that was beautiful. I got the name of the song, but it's gorgeous. And it's got acoustic and it's so haunting, it's so beautiful. Um and when I found out what the meaning was, she's talking about someone having a boob job. And
Now
it's like
that I'm all for.
but the song when you listen to it, you think it's this like love song, something really deeply sort of deep meaning. No, So
More
I'm
like a
like,
deep incision.
so now, yeah.
Okay.
Do I let that ruin? No, I still go back and I listen to and the sound and her voice and everything else. So,
That's a hell of a comparison to a song about killing somebody in the bathtub. But I
well,
get your meaning. I get your
it's
meaning. I'm just joking with you, man.
okay. All right. So listen, I'm going to take us out and just say another good discussion, like always,
Yep.
magical. And Chris, have a good day. And
You
to everyone
too.
out there, really hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you did, you may want to hit the like button and sub if you haven't already. And coffee, we love coffee. What is that about? Go check out our little Ko-fi icon on our YouTube channel page. And also right down below the hashtags, you'll see that too. And with that said, we'll see everyone on the next episode of Into the Music.
See y'all.